everyone, welcome again. So in this video I'm going to tell you about the most important question that have been asked in every interview, that what is basically a difference between group by grouping sets and roll up and cube. Okay, so before going to know about the differences between these four terms, one must know about what are the basic similarities between these three terms. Okay, so the very first similarity is what these all are used for grouping the data. So the main motive for using these four commands is to group the data. If we want to group the table, so we will use either of these four. Okay, the second one similarity is what all these are used with this group by clause. If we are going to use this grouping sets, we will have to use this group by clause with along with these three also. Okay, so this is another similarity between these, that these all are used with this group by clause. Now let us discuss what are the basic differences between these four terms. Okay, so this is a very important one. So the very first is group by. Okay, so what is the use of this group by clause? It's used to make group. Okay, so how does it makes a group? It makes only one group of all the columns that we're going to mention in this list. Okay, if we're going to mention these three columns in this group by list, so it will make group of all the three columns. Okay, so it will make only one group. Okay, so this is the basic case with a group by clause. It only makes one group of all the columns that are going to be mentioned in this list. Besides this, if we're going to talk about this grouping set, so how does it groups the data? It makes group on the basis of all the columns one by one. Okay, for example, if we have written over here a query that if we want to group by using this grouping sets A, B, C, these three columns of the table, so it will group all the columns one by one. First of all, it will group the table on the basis of this first column, and then it will group the table on the basis of this second column, and then it will group the table on the basis of this third column. So it makes the group on the basis of all the columns one by one. Okay, it does not group the data on the basis of all the columns. It will group on the basis of all columns separately alone. Okay, first it will make on the first column, second column, and the third column that we have mentioned in this list over here. So this is where the difference between these two. One more advantage of using this grouping sets over here is what, if if there is some number of students in the table, if we want to get to know about the total of all the students, so it also finds the total also. We just have to mention this. Okay, if you want to find the total of all the students in the table, we'll just have to mention this parenthesis, open and close parenthesis, along with this in this list. Okay, so it will also return the total of all the number of students. Okay, so this is also the one more advantage of using this grouping set. It also return as the total by using this only parenthesis. Okay, so this is what a grouping sets. Now let's understand our third one. This is a roll up. So what is basically use of roll up? It groups on the basis of n factorial combinations of columns, where n is the number of columns. If you're going to use three columns, okay, in the roll up, so it will first make the group on the basis of these three columns, and then it will make the group on the basis of these two columns, and then it will make the group on the basis of this only a column, that is the first column. So this is the basic use of this n factorial and n minus 1, that is 3, 2 and 1. Okay, so it will make three groups of the table, firstly on the basis of all the three columns, and then on the basis of these two columns, and at the last it will make the group on the basis of only a column. So this is what the use of this roll up. And one more advantage of this roll up on this grouping set is that in grouping set, if you want to know about the total, we will have to mention this, but in this roll up we need not to mention this specifically. It automatically finds the total also. Okay, if their total if there is given something in numbers, so it will automatically give the total of all those numbers in case of roll up. But in case of grouping set, we have to mention this if we want to find the total also. Okay, so this is one more advantage of this roll up on this grouping sets. Okay, now let's discuss our last one, that is the cube. Okay, now, so what is in this cube? It will take to the power n minus 1 combination. Here n is for the number of columns. So let's understand this with the help of an example over here. This is group by cube ABC. There are three columns over here, so it will take to the power 3 minus 1, that is equals to 7 combinations, and will make the groups of the table on the basis of all that 7 combinations. Okay, for example, we have used over here three columns, that is A, B and C. Okay, so how will it make the groups? It will first make the groups on A column, B, C, and then on the basis of AB columns, on the basis of BC column, on the basis of AC, and at the last on the basis of all the three columns. So this is what the use of this cube in this grouping. Okay, while making grouping, this is what the use of this cube. It will take all the combinations plus the total also. Okay, like roll up, it also find the total of all the columns also automatically. So this is what the basic difference is while using these all. If you by this difference, when we have to use any of these, we can easily use them, okay, on the basis of their use. If we want to find the total on the basis of all the columns, if you want to group the table on the basis of all the columns, so we'll have to use these grouping sets. Okay, if we want to find the total of all the combinations of the columns, so we will group the data on the basis of all the combinations, we will use this cube. Okay, so this is the basic difference between all these four commands, okay, of group by. And this is the most important question, and has been most important question, and has been asked in every interview, that what is the basic difference between these four uh, commands, okay, that is group by, grouping sets, roll up, and this queue. Thank you.